Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rachakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect. The Psalms 149 and 1. Alright, and I will go through the Psalms 149 from 1 to 9. Verse 1 says, Praise ye Yahweh. Sing unto Yahweh a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. And what is that new song? The new song is this word. The new song is this doctrine. Alright, tell you that in the book of Revelation. Chapter 14. And I read from verse 2. It says, And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. Which is what? This truth. To praise Yahweh, sing unto Yahweh a new song. And who could only sing that song? The 144,000, and his praise in the congregation of saints, the flock of the sanctified. In the scripture say, I have commanded my sanctified ones, saints, sanitary. Saints mean clean, basically. The cleansed ones. Congregation come from the word con, meaning wet, and gregation come from gregarious, which means the flock. Con with gregarious or gregation, the flock, with the flock, congregation. With the flock of the sanctified ones, the flock of saints, the congregation of saints, which is what? The men who gathered out there on the highways and the byways, teaching this word in sincerity and in truth. Verse 2, it says, Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. And that's what we're doing right now. It says, Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. Harpers harping with their harp. This ultimately will be going into what? The kingdom. Alright? This is in the kingdom. Alright, because right now we're in the kingdom. There's three classes of the kingdom. There's the knowledge part. Alright? There's the kingdom within us. It's naturally within we because we're the Israelites, and then there is the actual kingdom. We in the beginning part, right? We in the knowledge, we are the knowledge. This knowledge is likened unto the kingdom of heaven because it will bring us there. With sincerity and holiness, it will bring us into that place. It says, For Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. Let me read that over again. Because you have church going on right now. Today is Sunday. You have all these different wicked ass denominations keeping so-called service on the Bible, telling everybody that God loves them. But this is what the scripture says. It says, For Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. He taketh pleasure in his people. Not everybody, his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. The meek will be saved. Verse 5, that's why it pays to be humble. It says, Let the saints be joyful in glory. And ultimately, who is the saints? Now, right now, there are a few who are sanctified, which is the prophets, but all Israel is saints. This is Psalms 148 and verse 14. It says, He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, because the Israelites, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him, praise ye Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Because the Israelites as a whole is the cleansed or the sanctified nation, or the holy nation, the separate nation, the set apart nation. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. So let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. When we get there where we have to get. But right now, we ain't singing. We don't really sing aloud upon our beds in full. Although we be happy, we just be happy that we have the knowledge of the Lord within us, and we close to home. Still in his own hand, physically working for this devil and making his money. So you don't really have nothing to really sing about in full right now. But when we get to that place where we striving to reach the kingdom of heaven, which is near, and it have mass chariot sightings right now. I seen chariots right through. Chariots appearing by Kalalalyam la Yahweh Shami Yahushai, by the so-called white man going and fall. The chariot that was almost 3 times the size of the earth, flying towards the earth about earlier on in this year or late last year. These so-called white people are finished, and they know the finish. Them know they don't stand a chance, but they will try and fight. But the finish, they know. Right? Them know the finish. Them know. Trust what I'm telling you, they know. It says, let the saints, Psalms 149 and verse 5, let the saints be joyful in glory, let them sing aloud upon their beds, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. Verse 7, why? Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. Why? To execute vengeance upon the heathen. And they're talking about the natural Gentiles. They're not talking about the Israelite foreigners. The actual heathen, and punishments upon the people. The people have to be punished. Why they have to be punished? They have to be punished because of the wicked deeds that they did unto the sons of God. You see, you're not supposed to take the sons of God and do to them what you feel like. And that's what the so-called white man did. He did to the sons of God what he feel like, what he feel fit like. Well, I feel to do them this to them. And he do it. So, you have to pay for that. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. It says, therefore, all they that devoured thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion whom no man seeketh after. I read 18, it says, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the place and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. Verse 19, and out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry, singing aloud. And I will multiply them, that they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, that they shall not be small. Back in Psalms 149, it says, let the saints be joyful and glories. Lord say, you will glorify me. This is in the kingdom, let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron, put them into captivity. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. Understand it. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. That is only speaking of one thing: slavery. Who have that power to execute upon them the judgment written? What is the judgment written? The things that written in this Bible belonging unto the wicked. That is the judgment written. It says this honor. What is the honor? To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. That is the honor. Alright? Have all his saints praise ye Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Shalom.